Hello. Today on Pod and Deliver, we're discussing the 2011 film Bad Teacher. Jacob Bad Teacher is a film starring Cameron Diaz, the lovely, talented Cameron Diaz. Jacob Kasdan is the director, or Jake Kasdan, I should say, is the director of this film. And it's about a woman who decides to leave teaching at first because she's engaged to a very wealthy man who dumps her because he feels that she's only in it, the relationship, for the money. As in the parlance of our times, a gold digger. So she has to go back to teaching. And so she does. And she's, not a very good teacher. She doesn't want to be there. This is kind of I don't want to say a farce, but it's sort of farcical kind of a comedy with some broad strokes, some broad humor at times. And I guess the obvious comparison would be School of Rock, in the sense that she comes in and she just sort of sits there and plays movies for the kids and leave me alone kind of thing. And so this movie stinks. In fact, I couldn't quite finish it. And in all fairness, part of the problem is I've been very sick this week, have a very bad cold. I just couldn't take it. What were the problems with the film? Well, we don't like her. She's a bad teacher. She plays movies all day. 2, the jokes aren't funny. They rarely land. 3, we learn nothing about teaching from her. The movie's not good. What about you? What do you think?
Well, I'm similar to you, man. I almost didn't finish it. I didn't. I'm like, is there going to be anything redeemable? And usually at the end they kind of throw it at you, like, hey, she isn't really a good teacher. She should do something else. But I felt like it was painful to even finish it. And I was really curious, Ruben. Did this film do well when it came? I didn't see it when it came out, and I just watched it this week. And when it came out, it made a lot of money. And then I'm thinking, well, is it because it's kind of poking fun at teaching? Are all teachers this way? No. This is there are people who do some of the things that she does, right? Show movies all the time, or use language. This is rated R. I didn't mention, like, last week, the kindergarten teacher was also rated R. And so just remember that when you see that, hey, if you're watching with your kids, because I was watching with my son, like, okay, there are a couple of scenes that you're like, okay, this is definitely for mature audiences. But that being said, I agree with you. I don't think
your son's 18. Your son's 18,
yeah, right? I know, but anyway, I guess I still feel a little guarded on that. But that being said, when you're sharing about the jokes not landing, I think the cast is great. I have Justin Timberlake, Jason Segel. I think they also, the principal, I think, was John Michael Higgins. He's usually pretty good. And so I was expecting something where I'm gonna be laughing the whole time. I don't know. I guess a little bit I was feeling a little offended by just some of the things, her antics, taking drugs, before, after school, drinking, coming in, stoned. It's okay. It's not. Is that funny? I guess so. But I didn't buy it, and then I don't think she would have even been in the system, because sometimes I can't believe that behavior didn't get. It got to the principal, but he was like, yeah, I'm sure. Is he visiting? We didn't see any of that. We didn't see any, class observations, because I think she would have been out in the first week. And she, in this film, she's going into her second year of teaching. And you're thinking, wow, if my kid was being taught like that, I'd be. And I know it's a comedy, but still.
So if it's just a comedy, and if it's saying, well, we're not taking ourselves too seriously, fine.
Yeah.
But the jokes need to land a little bit better than they do. And I'll give you a good example. I'll give you a good example of what I mean. There's so Justin Timberlake is the love interest of Cameron Diaz. She's really interested in him. He's not interested in her, but they're at the school dance or something, and the very catchy 80s tune comes on. 8675309, that whole song comes on. And Justin Timberlake's character says, "Oh, this is a really good song. They don't write songs like these anymore." And the PE teacher, who's interested in Cameron Diaz, says, Yes, I just wrote a song like that. It's titled 855-824-1777 extension 777. That's the
So
joke.
stupid. I know.
That was the joke.
It's funny because it's so stupid right now.
But I mean, so many of those were duds. There were so many duds like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the other problem is that there's a couple of very broad jokes. They do a montage of Dangerous Minds, where out of the blue, they do I forget his name now. I'm not prepared. Whoever sings that song for Dangerous Minds, they play that song. They do a little video. Cameron Diaz plays Michelle Pfeiffer, and some of the staff dresses up, in that garb, in that gangster garb, and they only do it that one time. Like, they don't even commit to it. Yeah. It's so weird. It's awkward. Yeah. And so it's off. It's just comedically, it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and I think it's too bad because you want to be entertained, but I mean, because then you have to say, okay, this is not really about teaching. I mean, we've been watching a lot of good movies throughout the last 2-3 years, right? And so then you think, okay,
I don't agree a lot.
Well, a few good movies, a few. And then the films we saw, I would say, were better than this, right? And at least we could say, if it was, hey, it's for entertainment, comedy, okay, that's great. But if it's not even funny that much, I mean, there's a couple lines, but really very rare, very few in this film. Then you can say, okay, it's not about teaching, then it's really about just laughing. But if it's not about laughing either, then why watch that? Why finish it, right? So
we agree.
I'm with you on this. We finally agree on something, Rube.
Well, we've agreed a couple of times.
We have.
But, so don't watch this movie.
Don't go see this film.
Out of it.
Amen.
Thank you for joining us, and join us again next time for more Potted Delivered. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.